Cat is meowing at me. What do you want, kitty? Meow. Come here. Not sitting in the background and meowing at me. You know what to do. You want to sit on the lap, sit on the lap. I can't play with you right now. You could have just played with the balls I threw. You didn't want to play with the other toy I had. Very picky today. Okay, I was supposed to check on Wuthering Waves, but I didn't know the update was today, so it's currently updating. But I also checked on Dislyte and there was an update recently, so there's a new story event. Also, let's check who they have on the bottom. Yeah, they said there was returning characters. Lu Shang and Yu Jing. Maru, Maru, Maru. I feel like they said they will have 3 weeks of returning characters, and I am actually waiting for the second week, because there will be a character that will give us, you know, access to the story I didn't do in the past. What's this? Looks like some fight event? Yeah, it's Sunfire Expanse area, some fighting event. I can do that later. If I don't switch to Wuthering Waves at the same time. Claim. Nope. No buying. Season Story. Withering Anomaly. Why the next one is available in 18 days though? Try as they might, desert dwellers cannot escape from decay and rebirth. As civilizations rise and fall, as technology evolves, the suns remain unaltered. The young begin their journey where bones vanish. Unaffected by the passage of time, the miracle serves as a silent observer. An eternal trial. Esper Union Meeting Room. Raven. Workers have gone missing? Over the past 6 months, Debia has built multiple protective zones around the Raya ruins and hired a group of Espers as security personnel. I don't think Miramon have anything to do with the incident. Raven Odin, Union Hub Director of PS Officer. Meow. Amir, yes, you're right. Nonetheless, people have gone missing near the miracle. We ought to investigate it. Amir and Kidu Esper Union Scavenger. Has it got anything to do with the miracle? I suspect it might, but I don't have any proof. The roommate of one of the missing men told us that they were chatting right before it happened. He looked away for a second and the man was gone. Workers aren't the only ones affected by this strange phenomenon. A few mercenaries reported seeing Miramon appearing out of thin air before suddenly vanishing near the quarantine zone. Sloan, Eresh Kigal, Esper Union Scavenger, working for Luoyan. Mr. Drew also found this strange, so here we are. Drew, do you agree with Amir? The Eidolon mentioned that during the ritual 6 months ago, the potentiator disturbed the withering miracle, ripping open a fracture. I wonder if it's got anything to do with what's happening here. All of this is just speculation. Without concrete proof, Debia isn't going to let us investigate. In fact, Mr. Fritzker and I wanted to investigate the withering miracle 6 months ago. The Debian authorities, however, refused to cooperate. They wouldn't even meet with us. I'm afraid that this time will be no different. They are under no obligation to accommodate a Union OPS chief, but they can't stop one of their own from returning home. Oh, Drew, you're so sly. You're going to visit Debia. I haven't gone back in ages. A lot must have changed. It's only natural that I would want to catch up with friends and family. Makes perfect sense. You have my support. It's just that, you know, they would rather deal with the shadows than the Union. I worry that you'll find yourself running into a wall. Thank you, but you don't have to worry about me, Miss Raven. I was born and raised in Debia, after all. I lived there for 30 years. No one knows the rules of the game better than I do. Very well then. Keep me updated, let me know if you run into trouble. Roger that, I know my limits. Jared, Drew's home. Having been received the green light from Raven, Drew hurries home and packs his belongings. Drew hears sudden knock on the door. It's Laura. Drew, Raven tells me you're going to Debia. Laura, Naif, Union Office Chief. That's right, my train leaves tonight. What's the rush? Is it because of Ollie? Ollie, the heir of House Ramses, is the only child of the man Drew respects the most. Drew is determined to protect him at all costs. I hear that Ollie has been gathering men who served his father in an attempt to revive the house. He has been spotted near the withering miracle. You're worried about his safety. Nothing gets past you. Be safe out there. Let me know if there's anything I can do. I thought you were going to lecture me on being overly anxious and overprotective again. I would have 6 months ago. But now, I don't know anymore. The Eidolon brought cold, cruel news. The girl who failed the Chaos Miracle trial hasn't recovered yet. It's my turn to attend to her this month. Her skin is covered in crystals and there are countless scabs between her hair. We are powerless against the mutation. There is nothing we can do but find different ways to comfort her while she regrets her arrogance and carelessness. You're right to be cautious. None of us wishes to experience the pain of losing a loved one again. Indeed, every time you bid farewell to someone, it might be the last time you see them. This tragedy must not repeat. Purpose of visit. Debia Esper Union office. Drew hurries to Debia, but as soon as he steps into the office, he encounters his first obstacle. With a few sheets of paper in his hand, Drew looks at the office staff in disbelief. Is this everything you have managed to gather? Yes, Mr. Drew. I'm not saying you did a terrible job, but the report... Most of it is just hearsay from neighbors. I don't see any concrete data. It frustrates us as much as it does you. Without official permission, the marshals refuse to disclose any information. Nothing is made public. The local gangs, on the other hand, have access to valuable information, but they charge outrageous prices. We simply can't afford it. With the shadows conspiring against us in, well, the shadows, no families are willing to sponsor us. We had to eavesdrop all over the place to gather just these few scraps of information. The station chief looks helplessly at Drew, complaining about the difficulties he has had to deal with. He tucks his faded uniform, its wear and tear, a clear sign he has been working in the field every day, leaving Drew unable to voice his doubts. Very well, understood. Too many forces are at play in Debia. We are caught in the middle. There isn't much we can do. I will take over the investigation. As the butler of House Ramses, I still know a few people around here. Mr. Drew, forgive my bluntness. Please take no offense in what I am about to say. I would avoid mentioning House Ramses if I were you. Why is that? The station chief does not answer. Drew quickly understands the reason behind his warning. Debia, Marshal's Bureau. Excuse me, I'm looking for Kaiden. Do you have an appointment? I work for my name is Drew. I'm a friend of his. Remembering the station chief's warning, Drew does not mention the Ramses' name. I see. Let me check whether the commissioner is available. One moment, please. After a while, a familiar figure approaches. Long time no see, Kaiden. I see you have made it to commissioner. Not bad. How are you, old friend? I didn't expect to see you today. Come, let's talk in my office. Kaiden's enthusiasm does not put Drew at ease. On the contrary, his haste makes Drew feel uneasy. As Kaiden closes the door, he turns around to face Drew. So, what's up? Why didn't you tell me you were coming back? Let's skip the pleasantries. I'm here to investigate the anomalies at the Withering Miracle. I was wondering... I'm sorry, Drew. I can't help you. I haven't even finished my sentence. I know what you want. You want information on the Withering Miracle and the Raya ruins. This is all classified and you are not authorized. You once told me that if House Ramses ever needed help, you would be there, no matter the risks or circumstances. My late master Latif, may he rest in peace, saved your entire family. Have you forgotten already? If I did, I wouldn't have risked bringing you into my office. You have to understand, Drew, that things are different now. Don't make it too difficult for me, yeah? Debia Street. Drew walks out of the Marshal Bureau in complete silence. The sun starts to set, its warm glow spilling over the market stalls, yet Drew feels nothing but coldness. Indeed, things are different now. House Ramses was a blazing sun that watched over Debia, sacrificing itself to bring warmth to the desert city. As the most prestigious local family, House Ramses controlled the pharmaceutical businesses and countless medicinal resources. The golden cobra stood tall at the entrance of every plaza, hospital, and factory, symbolizing the house's honor and prosperity. From ruthless gangsters to high-ranking elites, anyone who had desires of any sort longed to befriend House Ramses. As a result, a humble butler became the widely respected Mr. Drew. Was it worth it, Master Latif? We gave our blood, sweat, and tears to create guardians to protect this land. Chasing this elusive vision, Madame lost her life in a lab accident, and you were murdered in cold blood by the shadows who covet our power. What was that sound? And what did we gain in return? Drew gazes at the setting sun. He despises its fiery red glow. The intense color forces him to remember the afternoon his master was assassinated. Drew was making tea when a gunshot rang out. He rushed to the scene as fast as he could, but it was already too late. Latif's lifeless body lay in the reception room, his bloody eyes as red as the blazing sun. Times have changed, old sir. Who is there? A stranger's voice interrupts Drew's thoughts. He turns around and sees a man in black standing in a nearby alley, his face obscured by his hood. Stop speaking of House Ramses. We are no better than stray dogs now. Stray dogs? Did you know, old sir, that while you were reminiscing about the past, someone has gone to curry favor with the shadows by informing them of your presence? Who? Was it Kaiden? That's not important right now. You must sever the chaos at its source. There's no time to waste. I know who you are. Badran! The man's unique manner of speech triggers Drew's memories. I've taken care of the traitor for you, but you must exercise caution. Wait! Before Drew can react, the man disappears around the corner. So you're back too, Badran. Drew opens his wallet to reveal a photo of him with the Ramseses. Beneath it lies another old photograph. A young Ollie stands beside him, next to a scowling boy pulling at the white feathers on his face. Badran was an orphan. Latif rescued him and placed him under the care of Drew, who guided the boy and helped him become an Esper. Badran went missing after the fall of House Ramses. Drew knows nothing about his former student, who has now grown into a young man, aside from his familiar manner of speech. Forgive me, Master Latif, for I have failed to serve my duty. Drew lets out a deep sigh as he places the photo back in his wallet. As the fiery sun finally sets, its warmth disappears from the streets. Hope for peace. I wonder how many parts there is. Esper Union meeting room. Elsewhere, Raven feels conflicted in the Esper Union meeting room. She is glad that Drew reached out for help instead of stubbornly doing things all by himself, but his troubles give her a headache. That's it, Miss Raven. I'm sorry, I will do my best to speed up the investigation. Understood, I'll also see what I can do. After hanging up the phone, Raven rubs her temples. She understands that the situation in Debia is not something that can be resolved in just a few days. But the clock is ticking, humanity's very fate depends on their miracles, yet they have faced nothing but roadblocks in their investigation. May I come in now, Raven? Yes, Hyde. What can I do for you? You really don't like exchanging pleasantries, do you? Aren't you part of the Shadow Decree, though? Isn't he part of the Shadow Decree? Very well, let's get straight to the point. Hyde, Hades, possesses the divine power of Hades and is said to be one of the Esper 7 who were the first to be transformed, currently working on the Artificial Esper project. Have you considered our proposal? Seeing Hyde smile, Raven cannot help but feel irritation. You put a spoke in Drew's wheel in Debia. How dare you come here and ask for cooperation? I admit that we were responsible for obstructing your investigation in Debia. It's only natural that my subordinates would be unwilling to share information with their rivals. Without a clear answer from you, I cannot, in good faith, share the intel our people worked so hard to obtain. Cooperation a two-way street, Hyde. Threats and schemes won't get you a deal. I'm not threatening you. You must understand that I have no other choice. Your people snatched the Raya tablet from us after we had gone to hell and back to retrieve it. Not only did we fail to obtain the pneumine, the chaos miracle, but one of our own got trapped inside and has yet to be rescued. We have suffered tremendous losses in our recent operations. We have no choice but to exercise greater vigilance. I need an insurance policy to secure our interests. Let's say I agree to your terms. Would you trust me not to backstab you on the battlefield? If it's you, of course. You know that's not what I meant. Even if I agree to work with you, Drew and the others struggling in Debia would never accept it. Is that a yes then? When Lee Link returned, he told us about the Meta-Esper and what happened to Momo. We understand the cruelty and danger of the trials. We have discussed the possibility of working with the Shadows, but even if we were to do it, it must be done step by step. Working with us to help Momo would have been a great starting point for you. But now, Hyde, your actions in Debia have extinguished that faint possibility once and for all. I've read Drew's file. He's someone who understands the big picture. I have an idea of how to convince him to agree to this. Is that so? The Shadows ruined House Ramses, and you still think you can get him to work with you? I will send a suitable agent to support your investigation. She's from Greywater and knows Debia well. More importantly, she's highly capable and has no ties to Drew's past. She will assist you in your investigation of the pneuma and share everything she knows about Debia with Drew. As for the young Master Drew is so worried about, she will ensure his safety. I despise your machinations, Hyde. I know. You're just like the rest of your colleagues, respecting people of integrity while despising those who scheme and deceive. The woman I mentioned is completely different from me. She's an honest and trustworthy person. Have it your way, then. I'll not interfere with Drew's decision. Whether or not he agrees to cooperate with you is up to him. I'm sure that Drew will be willing to work with her. Oh, I wonder why. Wait, give me a second. The update for Wuthering Waves finished, so I have to open the game briefly for other verifications inside. Hmm. La 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 la. Ugh. Okay. Lapis. Debia dining room. The next day Drew arrives at an upscale restaurant in central Debia. I was told you enjoyed black tea, Mr. Drew, so I chose a place famous for its afternoon tea. Ooh, this lady is so cool. Look at her. The hair, the body, the clothes. Thanks. Welcome, Miss Lapis. I'll have the usual. Certainly, today is Treat Thursday. We'll start with 3/4 of a large hot chocolate with 3 extra grams of sugar and no foam on top. As for dessert, we have a brownie with extra cocoa powder, exactly 59 grams, not a single gram more. The walnut pieces are evenly spread into a perfect circle, more precise than any circle drawn with a compass. Not bad, you're quite meticulous. However, strictly speaking, you can't draw a circle more precisely than one drawn with a compass if done correctly. Rules are not to be altered at will. Once something is labeled as the standard, it becomes the sole measure of that domain. Of course, Miss Lapis, my mistake. And you, sir, what would you like? Black tea with less sugar, please. Certainly, I will bring you drinks out in a moment. With Lapis sitting across the table, Drew has lost his appetite. Oh. Raven's words still echo in his mind. The previous night. Debia Esper Union Office. Whether to accept the Shadow's offer or not is entirely up to you. Drew. Miss Raven, the higher-ups wish to accept the proposal, don't they? I'm not going to make excuses or use grandiose words to brush you off. That would be hypocritical of me. I must admit that having understood the brutality of the trials, I don't wish for anyone to have to face the threat of mutation. Becoming a monster consumed by one's own corrupted self is too tragic a fate. I believe our best course of action is to unite all espers and find a way to pass the trials. I see. This is just my own view. I don't want to place the burden on all of you. You are shaped by your past, a scar that never will heal. I have no right to ask you to move on. Just do what you feel is right. It's my fault entirely. I failed to find another way to support you in Debia. We're running out of time, aren't we? Who are they sending? A woman named Lapis, Hyde's protégée. I've never heard of her. She was only recently transferred to Debia. so she has nothing to do with what happened in the past. I looked into her. She grew up in Greywater as a daughter of a merchant. Later in life, she became Hyde's protege and has followed him from place to place ever since. If you're asking of the Grey Dust, no, she was not involved. Debia, dining room. While Drew is lost in thought, the waiter brings their desserts and drinks to the table. He notices that Lapis shares a habit with him. When setting down her cup, she always keeps the handle parallel to her body. This is a habit of mine. I seek uniformity and precision in everything. Why do you wish to work with us? I don't need a reason. It's my duty to abide by my mentor's orders. He asked me to assist you and give you all the information you need without reservation, so here I am. If his instructions were wrong, would you still follow them? I have followed his path for a long time, and not once has he been wrong. I'm not going to question him based on mere speculation. Speculation? What are you implying, Miss Lapis? I know you don't like me. I'm merely stating a fact. The fact that you are here, Mr. Drew, indicates that you have accepted our terms after rational consideration. Why allow yourself to become a slave to emotions during our discussion? You're wrong. I haven't accepted your terms. I've only agreed to meet you to help myself make a final decision. Since Hyde instructed you to share the information you have without reservation, then tell me, has there been unusual activity at the Withering Miracle? Of course! We have observed frequent anomalies at the Withering Miracle as of late. Based on the data collected, the fluctuations in divine waves are far more chaotic than before. Moreover, unlike before, even space itself has been affected. The disappearance of workers excavating the potentiator and the elusive Miramon are likely connected to the dimensional disruptions. What is Debia doing about it? What can they do? Debia is in shambles and overrun with gangs. The most they can do is warn people to stay away from the miracle and block the roads leading to it. Incompetent, ineffective, ignorant. Lapis does not hide her disdain. Drew is surprised. Respecting strength, straightforward, and contemptuous of the selfish, she is unlike most of the shadows that Drew knows. At least he doesn't have to worry about her fleeing in the middle of the battle. I have one last question. Do you know the whereabouts of Ollie, the heir of the House Ramses? Based on intel we received last week, he is somewhere near Greywater, recruiting mercenaries. You keep tabs on him. Well, he sees us as enemies. We have to keep an eye on his movement. My mentor does not want any further conflicts with the Esper Union over House Ramses, so he transferred Sander and Nicole out of the region. Since I took over our operations in Debia, we stopped going after what remains of House Ramses. Now we only monitor them to prevent retaliation. Drew lets out an internal sigh. Lapis' transparency leaves him with no excuse to reject the proposal. The mission takes priority over his emotions. He has left such desires for vengeance in the past. He has left. Okay. Really? Are you sure about that? I wonder if the Withering Miracle will try to test him on those. That's all I need to know. It's a pleasure working with you, Miss Lapis. The pleasure is mine, Mr. Drew. Unlocks after earning 2000 points in Scroll of Life. Ah, Jesus fuck. You want 2000 points? You will get 2000 points. Gains were charged at the end of an allied active turn. At max charges, the charges can be cast. Hyperdrive to all allies for 2 turns. Are there any suggested people? Equipment system disabled in Scroll of Life. Increases ally attack by 40%. I don't know if I picked anyone. Like, if I picked a good squad. I can't even enjoy the story in peace. I have to earn points. It's so unfair.
Mission complete.
They did fine.
What can you do?
The hot wind and the smell of rust hits you in the face. You can hear the sound of iron against steel in the distance, but see no one at the blacksmith's workstation in front of you. You decide to ignore the strange feeling and approach the workstation, where you see several old items laid out. You decide to pick up the
This is the way of the warrior!
When you enter the room, your senses are immediately greeted by a refreshing floral scent, covering what seems to be a pungent after scent. You rub your nose and approach the luxurious box in the center of the room. Finding 3 small cloth bags inside, you decide to take the okay. Boss? Okay, boss. Bossu, fighter?
Thanks for the assistance. Let's cooperate again.
Hello, Naylok. How are you today? Increase the number of charges to 2. Hyperdrive deals 1 more % damage for each speed the carrier has. Pretty good, got up quite a bit earlier than normal. You said the word that is my bane, the bane of my existence. The E word. I was doing story in this game, but then the story said, you have to earn 2000 points, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ. Can't even enjoy the drama in peace.
Good night.
Here is like 3 p.m. In 15 minutes it will be 4 p.m. Do we get more points for elites? Looks scary. Nobody lost their life yet. I mean the HP, now that I can see they lost a bit of HP. Hey, now the fights are 5 times? That's... I didn't notice a second ago. Like I didn't... Is it just my brain that I didn't notice they were fighting quicker than usual? Before it was like 3 times the speed. You follow an alluring, sweet yet slightly metallic scent, an old wooden box. It's barely visible hidden underneath the tree shade, but as you draw closer you notice the delicate fox carvings on the box, with a strange glimmer in their eyes. You gently push off the lid to reveal 3 identical cloth bags, each tied up with a ribbon of a different color. I can summon. I can add people in the rest. That's cool. So it has similar properties as Honkai Star Rail Simulated Universe. Shop. Oh. Timeless coin. Do I need to buy it? I don't think I need to buy it. You can enhance it just like in the... Oh, this looks scary. Wait, what? You must finish combat within 10 rounds? That's not cool! Can they do it though? Someone took a lot of life. Did we do it?
This is the way of the warrior.
There was no counter for the turns. 36 turns! That was sad. I wonder how many points does it give. Like, in Simulated Universe you have to do it several times to gain 2000 points. But that depends on the world you're doing. I wonder how it is here.
Don't try to save me.
I will save you. Don't be so pessimistic. When you try to step into the room, you realize that your feet can't reach the ground. All of a sudden you find yourself in the middle of a rushing river. The rolling of the waves sends you spiraling with no sense of direction. Coughing in pain, you manage to grasp onto a piece of driftwood and float into a new room. After taking a moment to collect yourself, you reach into the driftwood to find a... eh.
Good night. Stars blanket the earth. Good night.
What can you do?
Ooh. Isn't that meta enemy? I don't know how they will fare against him. He has 50 lives! That's unfair. I already lost one person. What the fuck is this? I can't finish. Does it mean I get no points? I can't continue the story? That's so annoying. Unlock after earning 2000 points in scroll level. How? Why? Why did you do this? What if I am ass at this event? How to change the squad though? Ah, wait, I can't do that. Okay, let's try this. I feel like they're doing a bit better than before. But how many lives can they take down before they die? 30. They took 20 down. They're doing better than I thought they will. Guys is really something else. Wait, what? What happened? Why did I lose? Why did I lose? I got 320 points, though. So even if I lost, I got some points. So it's still not hopeless. But I can't continue the story that way. If I knew it, I would have done some farming before. But now I have to switch the games because I can't continue. And I don't want to sit here and farm points. Do you know how long it will take me to acquire 2000? Forever. Okay, let's I'll find the points another time. Now we'll switch the game. Oh, my cat just left me. How dare you, kitty? There should have been information beforehand that you have to farm a bit of battle to continue the story. I would have never thought that this entire event is structured like that. Okay, let's switch to Wuthering Waves.
Still nowhere near finding Imperator. I'd better check on Abby. Abby?
I am here because I was unhappy. I was trying to craft a weapon, but I didn't have enough material and that was sad. I didn't know I will need them. I wasn't collecting them when I was going around. It's so sad, sad, sad. Sado, 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 sado. Very sado, 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 sado. Can be used to activate Rover Aero's resonance chain. I didn't even finish this resonance chain. I wasted everything on Brand. I am poor. Why I am poor in real life and also in video games? That's not fair. The poverty carries on from real life into games. That's not fair. Games were supposed to be a wish fulfillment fantasy. My wish isn't to be poor. Oh. So many new stuff Cantarella. What the fuck? Let's go to the story. La la la, switch them up. Where is my mission? Where is my mission? Not there. Not there. Not there. Here? Here. Yay! Igla Town. Iglo Town. Igla Town. Whatever.
You there, Abster?
You gave her a nickname. Abster.
What's up?
It's taking longer for Abby to react.
Hey, there's nothing to worry about. I'm just a little beat, that's all. Oh, earlier, when I was half asleep, I came up with this great idea for finding the Sentinel.
Uh-huh.
Let's hear it.
Didn't the Sentinels say they're locked up in some kind of tower in the sky? Well, how about I just fly up there and look for it? Easy as pie.
The tower is either too far to see, or it's totally covered by clouds. Otherwise, we would have seen some sign of it on the ground. In the shape you're in, are you sure you could fly that far?
Hey, come on! It won't hurt to try. The cliff at Egla Town would be a perfect launch pad.
Do you call this a cliff? Bart! She has horns!
Music itself holds no emotion. It's the heart that grants it meaning. So, dear listener, tell me, what feelings did my piece evoke in you?
Relaxation and warmth. Yearning and sorrow. A feeling of nostalgia.
Very valuable insight. Thank you. That brings me closer to completing my piece.
I wonder, how are they going to explain all those people looking like this? Like, why do they have longer ears and horns like Zani and this lady?
Salutations, Rover. My name is Dracona, a wandering bard. I'm glad to have met you.
She even know who I am. You're looking for me.
I was sent by Lady Carlotta to find you. As I passed that abandoned house, I suddenly felt this, well, you know, rush of inspiration that just can't be ignored. So I stopped to compose a piece. Surprise, surprise, the melody led me right to you. Well, I suppose this won't count as me getting distracted, right?
If Carlotta asked you to find me, has something happened?
Lady Carlotta told me you encountered the supposed martyred maiden, Cartathea. She dispatched search teams soon after, but there's been no sign of Cartathea since. That's why she asked me to use my forte to recreate the frequency you experienced at the time. To see if any details you might have missed become clearer.
Recreate the frequency.
Well, it's a little tricky to explain in words. Think of it like being in an immersive portrait. Can you tell me about your meeting, Cartathea? The more details, the better. Even the smallest things count.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Tweak a few notes here. Some emotions there. Textures. That should do it. Now then, Rover. Time for you to tune in to your memories.
Okay.
Tune into my memories. Does that mean I'm supposed to see the past from another perspective?
Laureate.
Our tacit marks are glowing again. It appears there is a special connection between them.
Wow, that's gay.
What is the meaning of this?
Someone used their resonance ability to help me relive this moment, but this seems unexpected.
How did you first come to notice me?
The Sentinel. Imperator's voice guided me to you.
You heard the Sentinel's voice? Then tell me, am I their resonator?
She doesn't know. A question I have yet to answer myself.
Well, Imperator called you the Lost, and Primus Fenrico claims you are the resonator for Leviathan, the Thrunodian. But you really don't have any idea?
I've actually been searching for the answer to this question too. My memories are fragmented. I remember becoming a resonator, and the moment I was given the name Fleur-de-Lis. I also remember fighting something, but the details and the outcome of that battle are lost to me. You seem deeply concerned about the Sentinel. Tell me, why is that?
Abby.
You rang? Huh? Whoa! Check it out! Our frequencies got split apart.
What do you mean? Right now, are we kind of like apparitions?
Basically, we're sorta in that hover mode you once joked about. Nothing new to me, though.
This must be the frequency that's entangled within you. Is it some kind of echo?
You can sense, Abby?
Yes. I'm experiencing a similar kind of frequency split. Though there is little that remains of my resonance powers. I feel its frequency weakening. I understand why you're eager to find the Sentinel. You said you heard the Sentinel's voice. Was there anything else they said?
They spoke of being ensnared in an inverted tower suspended in the sky.
Ensnared? Does that mean behind the seals there's...
Did something come to mind?
I'm sure you've noticed that I was drawn here only as a frequency. My true form currently resides inside an inverted sonorosphere, suspended high in the sky. At its center stands a tower, its gate locked by 3 seals. I've sensed a voice calling out to me from behind them. Could it be the Sentinel?
Say, it's really faint, so I barely noticed earlier. Is that a Threnodian smell I'm getting from you?
The scent of a Threnodian? You can perceive the Threnodian?
How sure are you, Abby?
It's not an exact one-to-one with that big Ovathraxula meatball I had. But I never mix up a flavor I've already tasted.
Abby has a nose for these sort of things. We came across Threnodian powers before in Jinzhou.
Ah, WuWa. How to pronounce it in English? WuWa? WuWa? Whatever. Go. I still got to play the update. Well, I just started. I am just 50 minutes in, so there is nothing... There's nothing much yet. Just... some talk.
So it's safe to say Abby can be trusted.
Do you think I'm the Threnodian's resonator?
I don't know. Does it matter? You are cute.
If we're making assumptions, let's err on the optimistic side first.
Yay!
Given your current situation, it is possible you were affected by the Threnodian's powers during your battle alongside Imperator.
If evil, why cute shaped?
That could be the reason behind losing all your power, too.
I take it this theory would benefit you as well.
I like the sun. Everyone looks so warm.
After all, that unique echo of yours needs the Sentinel's powers for treatment, does it not?
I needed to make a screenshot of this. Beautiful screenshots always.
Even in adventure tales, it's not always the witch who loses her memory. It could also be a blessed maiden, trying to regain her powers.
What if the Blessed Maiden and the witch are one and the same, though?
In that case, it appears we share the same goal of finding the Sentinel.
No shit, Sherlock. You're awfully calm about this. You're willing to trust Abby?
Spending Spending so much time alone in the Sonorosphere gave me plenty of time to consider countless possibilities.
She reminds me, don't laugh, of Jesus a bit. Not only is she like suspected to be Blessed Maiden that sacrificed herself, but also she has torn crown. Like, how much Jesus can you go?
I've braced myself for whatever may come until I find the answers I'm seeking.
I want to know what's going on with Imperator in that tower. And I want to speak with you in person.
Yay! Didn't she walk on the water? Yeah, exactly! See? Jesus Christ! As a cute girl!
How can I reach your Sonorosphere?
A part of the Sonorosphere is actually on land, though its outer perimeter is surrounded by a barrier.
Ooh. Oh no.
I cannot leave, and no one can enter.
Watch me! Watch me enter it! Nothing can stop me. Just break it open! Yeah.
I'm
The
afraid that won't do.
brutal approach of the protagonist.
That barrier also acts as the power source that maintains the Sonorosphere's integrity.
Uh-huh.
If it's destroyed, the entire sphere will collapse.
Oh no.
And the ruins, along with the tacit discords it houses, would come crashing down on Raguna.
Oh
It would
no!
be catastrophic.
Oof.
You said no one can get in. Has anyone tried?
Maybe we should try.
Yes. I've occasionally sensed someone wandering outside the barrier, as if searching for a way inside. Perhaps they know something.
Any distinguishing features?
Almost like a deep-sea jellyfish.
Uh-huh. Would you find someone and someone told you, oh, I feel like...
I wasn't able to get a clear look. I can only describe the feeling I got from her as a resonator.
She got embarrassed. She realized the issue at hand. Yeah, if you told me, oh, they remind me of a deep-sea jellyfish. How many people can fit that description?
It would seem this resonance ability can only last for so long.
I'll look for a way to find this person you mentioned.
Something tells me you will keep your promise.
Yay! Of course.
No matter the outcome, this may be my chance to find the answers I've been looking for.
I had a brief encounter with female Jesus. She was very cute and hot at the same time. How can she do that? I am gone. I am a bad girl.
Rover? Rover? Oh, thank goodness. You're finally awake.
Ah, she thought that she did something bad. She's also cutie. She's a cute little bird.
How are you feeling? Any headache, tingling feet, upset stomach?
Lol. That reminds me of someone. I feel like someone said that thing to me at the start of the game. But who was it? Chisha or Yang Yang?
Phew. I tried everything, but you just wouldn't wake up. I thought you were...
Oh no.
Wait a second. Did you actually fall asleep listening to my music?
No?
Oh. It kind of breaks my heart to know you reacted like that when it wasn't even a lullaby.
It's not like that! I had the out-of-body experience.
No, it was really helpful.
Helpful for your sleeping troubles, hmm?
Oh no. You tell... How was her name pronounced? Shakona? What happened? La la la, la 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 la.
Wow.
La 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 la, la 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 la.
So my forte created a special connection that led to some unexpected developments.
I don't want to disappoint you, but I don't think you will get the exact same effect with everyone else except me. You know, plot armor, protagonist, you know, special person.
The girl, is she friend or foe? What truths lie behind the seal, and who is that mysterious wandering figure?
She is going very theater girl on this.
I have a feeling this is going to be a very exciting song.
Did I run away and the cat was left by wake? Well, I am still here. I didn't run away.
I'll pass this information on to Lady Carlotta. So, what do you plan to do next?
Look for a deep sea jellyfish person. Ooh, who is that?
Pardon the intrusion, my lady.
I don't like his tone of voice.
My name is Sebastian. As per my lady's instructions, I have been entrusted with the honor of inviting you to the Phasalia estate for a discussion.
What a coincidence, wouldn't you say? A little too convenient.
The Phasalia family? The one that's likely worshipping the Threnodian? Why does she want to talk with me?
The lady has expressed a desire to clear up some unfortunate misunderstandings that occurred previously.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her I accept the invitation, but at a later time.
I will convey your message to my lady.
Why every butler is named Sebastian, though?
Didn't expect the head of the Phasalia family to come looking for you. Especially while they're still in the middle of negotiations with Lady Carlotta.
About what?
She's just as unpredictable as the rumors say.
Tell me about these rumors.
I suppose you would want to know more about her before taking up her invitation, hmm? She's known to be a recluse, and rarely makes public appearances. No one outside the family even knows her real name. They just call her the head of the Phasalia family. I've heard quite a few rumors. Which one would you like to hear first? I have Shadow of the Ancient, Lady Bane, or maybe Entangler of Hearts.
She's impossible.
Hello, that's why they're called rumors. I'm just doing my due diligence by being faithful to the source material.
What did I say, though? They all sound like clickbait titles to me. Aha, so this is what I said.
So, ready to dive right in?
I don't have much time. How about a shortened version? Give me a quick summary. I'll get into the details later.
Well, long story short, the Phasalia family was one of the first to set foot on these islands and establish order in Renacita. Their lineage even predates the Order of the Deep, and their craft of extracting toxins from aquatic plants is a legacy passed down through generations.
Uh-huh.
Word is, they select the new head of household by having candidates ingest each other's poisons and wait to see who's still breathing when it's all over.
Ooh.
Stories about the current head of the Phasalias get even wilder. They say she didn't go through the usual selection process. Instead, she took the throne by poisoning her predecessor. Others say she's a master in the art of manipulation, drowning her victims in hallucinations until they agree to her terms without even realizing it.
Sounds like a dangerous person. Only the bad stuff, huh?
In any case, the Phasalia family aside, she's someone you definitely want to handle with care. If you're set on meeting her, I'd be extra careful if I were you.
The way she describes the head of Phasalia reminds me of how Cardathia spoke about the wandering figure by the barrier.
How? Nobody mentioned deep sea jellyfish yet.
Can't rule out the possibility that they're the same person. Looks like I'll need to pay her a visit.
Ooh, I want to know on which base you're making this conclusion. Because I can't really link those two people together as of now. La 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 la. Where to now? Somewhere where I wasn't.
First to the treasure!
Hello. I received Chacona's memo. To think the head of the Phasalias approached you when I was still in negotiations with her emissaries. Was it meant to be a diversion all along? They invited you and you alone. As a Montelli, I'm in no position to intervene. That being said, if the Phasalias try anything against you, I'll get you out. Even if it means storming through their front gates. In the meantime, I'll keep looking for more information and the person Cardathia mentioned to you. I'll call you as soon as I find anything.
My waifu.
Got it.
My waifu would break me out. Yes, my lord, I will give everything to pass this trial. Who are you talking to? Are you one of the candidates? I believe this letter belongs to you. My lord said there are 4 trials scattered around Portoveno Castle. Each one holds a medal. I need to complete them all. I've got to get the elixir and become to save Jojo. Hello, can you hear me? I can't waste another moment, I must go. We can do the trials later. We have more important stuff to do. Did they just invite me? Boot, boot, boot. There are chests nearby. But I am not in the mood to look for the
Now,
chest.
if you'll please just follow me.
Sebastian? Sure, why not? If they kill me, they kill me! Sentinel statue in Phasalia family. Odd. I see Booba. The necklace was flying in the sky. It was defying gravity.
One moment, please. I shall inform Milady of your arrival.
That won't be necessary.
She already is here. Oh yeah, she has to have a big
Keep our
entrance.
honored guest waiting would be most improper.
Yay, cool.
Especially when it was I who extended the invitation. Cantarella Physalia, 36th matriarch of the Physalia family. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance.
I have a question. What is supporting her booba? Because they seem to defy gravity too. This is definitely not how booba without bra look like. Or any type of support. And I doubt the rest of her clothes is kinda supposed to act like a corset.
Honorable Laureate, the new crown of the Carnival.
Just Ophelia will do. Have you seen my crown by chance?
Very well. If you insist, I see no reason to refuse. You may also call me Cantarella.
We are now on a first name basis.
Now, shall we proceed to my study?
Alone? Together? Why is that NPC laughing at the other NPC? Should I intervene? Brant! Keep it! Keep it in your... Did he just get healed? Wait, what are you doing? Did he just self-heal? I was about to say, keep it in your sheath. Like, the sword one. Oh, here you are. Na. It almost looks like Brandt was invited by Physaelius to, you know, to see how the rich people live.
Won't you have a seat? I hope you'll accept this tea as my way of apologizing for the incident with Gilberto.
Okay.
Members of the family may have troubled you, but there is no stain that can't be washed away. Every sorrow has its own way of fading, don't you think?
If you say so.
You still hold a grudge? Won't you accept my apology?
I mean, you specialize in poisons also, but at the same time I have plot armor. Drink the tea, I guess. Nothing. What can't kill me makes me stronger.
This tea, is it from Jinzhou?
I invited you here to ask that you might serve as a mediator.
Why did she ignore my question though?
Before we get into that, There's something I want to know.
I imagine it concerns the Phasalia family's true beliefs. It would seem Gilberto's mind is beyond saving. But let's not dwell on that. What is your opinion on the current state of Raguna?
Peaceful in a way that feels wrong.
So you've noticed something is amiss? As expected, from someone who's felt the weight of a Threnodian invasion firsthand. And what exactly do you find most unsettling?
Why haven't the Threnodian and the Sentinel ever shown themselves?
Because the Threnodians' invasion of Raguna has long since concluded.
What?
The Threnodian, so named Leviathan, possesses the power to merge and assimilate. It uses distorted beliefs to spread a spiritual plague that slowly devours civilizations from within.
Okay, so it's kind of like corruption? Interesting, considering that this entire region is based on Italy and also at the same time on Vatican. Seems like very on the nose kinda topic of corruption going on within the church.
Though the previous two attempts were thwarted, the tall mast of the galleon that is Raguna has already been snapped in half. Now the blissfully ignorant masses walk hand in hand toward an abyss they cannot see. Friend or foe? As a newcomer to this land, can you really tell them apart?
Are you implying the Order worships the Threnodian? You're one to talk, given how strange your family has been acting.
Yes. And no. On one hand, there's the truth of the Order's beliefs. On the other, there's our family. The Threnodian doesn't take kindly to those who know the truth. We've always been under its whispers. Once the soul fractures, the mind will follow, until only a puppet remains. Now that we've come this far, there's nothing for me to hide. My only hope is that once you learn everything, you will carefully consider my request. Come, the truth you seek lies in the deepest part of the castle.
It's thick with dust. Hard to believe they're truly worshipping it.
Curious about that statue. It represents the unbroken friendship between the Phasaelius and the Order. But in the eyes of outsiders, it is more a symbol of defeat and submission.
The aroma from these plants. It's the same scent that was in the study.
These are violacas. They produce a unique fragrance, wouldn't you say? Violacas are a vital ingredient for our elixirs. It even has a soothing effect on its own. This is it.
That echo just bowed to me.
Are you prepared?
Can I be
Yes.
unprepared?
Now that we're here, I'm afraid I can't let you leave. even if you want to.
Wait, what? Am I a prisoner now? I don't want to be a prisoner though. Oh, here's a better statue.
Just as I expected, the Threnodian took notice of you the moment you learned the truth. What you see in the sanctuary is the Sentinel in their true form.
It's a bit different than the statue above.
A majestic steed that galloped with the wind, not a creature of the ocean's depths. The Order worships a half-horse, half-sea creature divinity, a form the Sentinel assumed only after being corrupted by the Threnodian.
Uh-huh. Does it count as a Kelpie?
Although the Sentinel's will has yet to fade, who knows how much longer they can endure. I wish to ask you to persuade the Sentinel of Jinzhou, Jue, to come to Renacita, to save Imperator.
That's much easier said than done. What makes you think I can do that?
Both Jinzhou and Jue owe you their future. That makes you the only person capable of this task.
A sentinel cannot leave its commissioned region. Jue leaving Jinzhou would be a betrayal of duty. Jue is still in the middle of recovery.
I understand the position you are in. Word has it that you're currently staying at a hotel and are at odds with the Order.
Wow, what a rumor!
Perhaps a stay at my estate would suit you for the remainder of your time in Renacita. I can offer you a glimpse into Renacita's past, and you'd be spared the Order's unwelcome attention.
There might still be a path forward. Carlotta once helped me interpret some stained glass images. The story it told was very similar to what you described, only more biased towards the Order. It mentioned a maiden who would emerge as the Sentinel's resonator and later save Renacita. Do you think that's also a lie?
Care to elaborate?
Describe to Cantarella what was portrayed on the stained glass. Na, 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 na.
The part regarding the maiden isn't entirely fiction. The Sentinel does indeed appoint a maiden to be their resonator, though not in the way the Carnival would have you believe. No. It's through resonance with a very particular artifact.
That's not how Jue found their resonator.
That's because Imperator wields the power to split and manipulate space. With it, they can withdraw a portion of power. That power's frequency will match the Imperator's own.
Uh-huh.
This is how the Sword of Divinity, Turvin, came to be. A blade sealed with the very powers of the Sentinel, and the artifact used to select their resonator. To resonate with the sword is to resonate with the Sentinel. Only the Chosen One may hope to draw it.
Well, I did resonate with WuWa for a moment.
Then what about Cardathea?
The martyred maiden. The nature of her resonance is unclear to me. Perhaps she resonated with the Threnodian, or perhaps with the Sentinel in its corrupted form. But choosing her could not have been the Sentinel's will. That's because the maiden was already dead.
What? Are you saying the real maiden was already chosen?
In the past, each year the Phasalia family would hold the divine trials to select those with the strongest will. These young women would attempt to resonate with Turvin's powers. While overclocked, of course. Though none succeeded, some saw fragments of the truth hidden within the resonance.
Does it mean they all died?
I was one of them. There was a moment where I glimpsed the Sentinel's corrupted form and the inverted ruins suspended in the sky.
So they didn't die. Always, I guess.
I also learned that only Turvin can break the barrier of that sonorosphere.
Well, can I borrow it?
When I awoke from that vision, I discovered a line of words inscribed onto my hand. I would never mistake my own handwriting. That is precisely why I'm searching for other possibilities. The words were, "The maiden is dead."
An inverted ruin suspended in the sky. Her and Cardathea's descriptions bear many similarities. If Turvin is the key to entering the sonorosphere, it stands to reason that Imperator may have played a role in the sphere's creation. If I can confirm that Turvin was truly left by Imperator, at least it would prove that neither are lying. Cantarella said she was overclocking when she tried resonating with Turvin. That's exactly what happened with Jinshi. Could Imperator be trying to restore their power through a second awakening?
Oh, possibly.
If that's the case, my permission should cause a reaction. That's one way to confirm what they're saying.
Can I get a closer look at the sword? Would you mind if I tried to pull out the sword?
By all means.
Her face. I am special, don't make that face.
Rover, who are you really?
WuWa calls me the Arbiter. You can call me the Blessed Maiden.
The Sentinel's arbiter?
Well, I have some information and theories of my own. Care to hear them?
Please, enlighten me.
Another explanation cut off. You told Cantarella about the conversation you had with Cardathea.
I would never have imagined someone already considered a martyr could still be alive. What surprises me even more is the connection you have with the Sentinel. We Thessalians revere Imperator as our one true divinity. And yet, here you stand, the arbiter of the Sentinel.
I am just special. Does it mean that the rover has some kind of higher authority that the Sentinels need? Like, I mean, it was already implied with WuWa's storyline, but who appoints someone like that to govern over literal gods of this world? Like, sentinels are kinda like gods. Maybe they're considered lesser gods then? That govern over the earth? While the gods in heaven are higher gods?
Would it be more fitting to address you as master?
Keeping it Ophelia is fine. Let's get back to the matter at hand.
Then I present my request once more. Are you willing to help rescue our sentinel and pull Renacita back from the brink of chaos?
We have a deal. I have my own reasons for fighting Imperator. You had Cantarella Tervine. She stares at the sword for a moment before shaking her head.
Tervin can only serve its purpose while in your hands. You should have it.
The only question now is how we reach Cardathia and Imperator Sonaro Sphere.
We can discuss it on the way.
So you are the one that Cardathia sensed wandering outside the Sonaro Sphere.
Wow, she's a deep-sea jellyfish.
A question that you already know the answer to. Why bother asking?
To confirm.
Although being described as a jellyfish.
Lol.
There is a cable car in the lower levels of the Phasalia estate that leads directly to the Sonorosphere. The mechanism beside that wall can activate the lift.
Are all these mechanisms really necessary?
Convenience isn't the only reason for having them. Some were specifically built in case an outsider decided to visit.
La 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 la.
Why do the Phasalias have a cable car that leads directly to the Sonaro Sphere?
Before it became a Sonorosphere, it was a seminary known as the Avenolium. The martyred maiden once pursued her studies there. A superficial harmony needed to be maintained between the Phasalias and the Order, and this underground cable car was intended to send scions of the family to school. The elevator is merely a later addition I had built for easy access.
Okay, cool. Let's go!
You seem perturbed. Are you still gathering your thoughts?
Everything that's happened has all lined up so perfectly. It makes me think it's too good to be true.
I'd like to share a different perspective. Rivers eventually converge into the same ocean. If a goal is mutual, then it's only a matter of time before they meet. Our choices and our will have led us to this situation, not the wishes of fate.
You are quite different from what the rumors say.
Oh. And what rumors have you heard?
That you're a recluse, a mystic obsessed with the crafting of poison. Oh, and that you poisoned your predecessor. Those kinds of rumors.
A recluse? On the contrary, I've been searching for a solution to the Sentinel's plight, and rarely return to Renacita. After most of my leads fell short, a friend at Mingting in Huanglong introduced me to the stories they were telling of you.
Yay!
A friend?
All the affairs of Huanglong states eventually land in one person's hands. Would you care to take a guess at the identity of this friend of mine?
Why not put the other rumors to rest?
Because the rest of them are all true. I see it'll take more than that to rattle you, huh? I assure you, this is no jest. We Thessalians have lived under the Threnodians' whispers for generations. Once the soul fractures, the mind will follow, until only a puppet remains. When the soul of the ruling head falters, Thessalia tradition dictates that the successor usher them into eternal slumber, with a poison of their own making. My succession ritual? Well, an unforeseen incident gave rise to whispers that sparked those rumors.
How long has this been going on?
For centuries. Every generation.
Well, I guess we'll finish that tradition.
Outside, they call me the Bane, but historically every head of the Thessalia family has carried such a title. It just so happens that I am the most potent one yet.
What does it mean? What does it mean? Why did you say potent? Are you a walking poison?
We've reached the old seminary's undercrypt. The gateway into the Sonorosphere itself lies at its center. We shall continue on foot from here.
Interesting.
Strange. This area was clear of tacit discords on my last visit. And there's no tacit field nearby. Could they have come from the Sonorosphere itself? Pull from the abyss.
Didn't think there would be gull pups here.
Interesting. I've never seen such little creatures before. Would you mind sparing a few for me?
I'd better not ask what she plans to do.
The road ahead will not be an easy one.
What exactly happened here?
The second dark tide. It occurred right here at the Avenolium, the largest seminary ever built by the Order. It arrived on the very day the Blessed Maiden passed her trials and was crowned by the Order. A day when belief burned brighter than ever. And when the darkness came, none escaped. These days, what most people remember is the seminary disappearing into the sky. But in truth, the dark tide that should have spread across Rinascita vanished along with it. Yet due to a lack of records, the second dark tide slowly faded from memory. I was there when it all happened, still an ordinary member of the family, watching it unfold from a boat just outside the seminary. It wasn't until later, when I attempted to resonate with Turvin, that I gained a partial glimpse of the Sonorosphere's interior.
Sounds like someone inside the seminary did something to stop the spread.
Precisely. It could very well have been Kartathia's doing, but, as with the first time, there's also the chance it was the Sentinel who turned the tide. I can sense the conflict within you, the temptation to trust your maiden. But it's best to keep those thoughts to yourself for now. But the Threnodian knows where the heart is weakest, and it is there it strikes the hardest. Of course, it's never too late to place your trust when the evidence is clear. But now is not the time, is it? You'll sink into the depths with me. Sink into the endless deep. Surge of deep riptides claim you, smother. We desire, and so we find. Why not savor this, The gateway into the Sonorosphere is just on the other side of this bridge. This is the furthest I've ever managed to venture. Judging from the bits of information the Sentinel gave me, Turvin is the key to entering the Sonorosphere. And who can wield the Sword of Divinity but a blessed maiden?
But you said you left yourself a message saying that the maiden was dead.
That's why I sought aid from the other Sentinels. It's a shame they all refused. Luckily, you've brought me a new hope.
Ooh. Nice. There are 3 swords.
Laureate, you have come. Greetings. I'm Cartathea, and you are?
Cantarella Phasalia.
Oh, a Phasalia. It seems your ties with the Order are more complicated than they appear.
I had the privilege of watching the Blessed Maiden's performance at the Carnival once. I'm rather surprised. After all this time, you still look exactly as you did that day.
So she didn't grow up?
But you and I should be around the same age.
I'm also unsure of what's happened to me. I've been searching for answers. This must be the Sword of Divinity. Turvin. The one with the Sentinel's powers sealed within.
You shouldn't have knowledge of this sword.
Memories flowed into my mind just as you entered the Sonorosphere, granting me information about the sword's origins.
Cantarella said that only those who resonate with Turvin are granted glimpses of its knowledge.
Would you mind if I tried touching it? question of whose resonator I am is now perfectly clear. If I am not the Sentinel's resonator, then that must mean...
Don't jump to conclusions just yet. That doesn't prove you're the Threnodian's resonator, nor that you ate its cause.
I was kind of distracted because her elven ears are kinda really animated.
Huh?
Things are more complicated than you expected.
This connection formed between the Sentinel and the Threnodian, the second Dark Tide, and the forming of this sonorosphere.
Right now, you're the sole survivor of whatever happened that day. You really don't remember anything?
As you spoke, I remembered a few more things. There are 2 other swords. The Sword of Discord, Hognis, and the Sword of Virtue, Haltia.
You remember 3 pedestals as well.
Yes. Did you see them too? Placing the 3 swords on their respective pedestals should break the seal over the main tower. But why would this information be revealed to me now? Is this the Threnodians' doing?
If we do nothing, we'll never get any answers. Instead of speculating, we should use the clues we've gathered so far.
Lady Maiden.
I can't with the Cantarella's walking. Whenever she talks, her boobas kinda do weird physics. Not only bounce, they kinda squish and stop squishing. I can't stand it, it bothers me. It's so weird.
Please, Cartothea would suffice. I am but a fake after all.
I've waited for this moment. This chance to save the Sentinel. And my family.
Why is it moving here? What is happening here? This is not how body breathes.
I will not turn back, even if this does turn out to be a trap.
I mean, when you have boobs, they kinda slightly rise when you breathe, but not only in one area, you know. They're moving as a whole, because you're not breathing with your booba, you're breathing with what's inside. You're breathing with your lungs, and your booba just above it, you know? So when the lungs expand, the booba go higher and lower, but what was happening to her wasn't that. Her booba were standing in one place, and there was like this one region that was going up and down, and I'm like, what's going on?
If the thought of the final answer troubles you, then I suggest you step aside. Rover and I will take care of this matter.
Since you are willing to overlook the possibilities of a trap, then there's no reason for me to worry and turn away. I underestimated your resolve. I'm sorry.
Do you see that? Do you see that? This area is going up and down, but her boobas stay in place. They're not moving, even though they should be moving because her chest is expanding whenever she breathes. But instead, it's just this area that is expanding. It kind of feels like her booba are balloons that were attached to her body and are not subjected to the body physics. So how do we get up there?
Simply place Turvin on the pedestal behind me, and this tower will elevate itself.
What you said to Cardathea back there?
Rather effective on someone of her personality. Wouldn't you agree?
Yay! We're going on a trip! We're going on a trip! Everything is churchy! Churchy. Church-like. Oh? Oi oi! Oi oi! Flying! Gravity!
Are you all right? The gravity that occupies this space is the opposite of what you're used to. It took me some time to get used to it too.
Why is this place upside down?
I believe it's to prevent them from falling to the ground.
Them?
Tacit discords, the dark tide, and these ruins themselves.
I imagine it's also a symbolic reminder that our beliefs have been turned on their head.
Zetka, you came pretty late. I was complaining about that WuWa being fake. Or more like being made in a way that feels they're fake.
This view matches with what I saw at the time.
Until you get used to the gravity here, I suggest we travel via phone.
Hello.
It's the name I gave to a gondola.
Lol. Definitely those don't. Also, not only does she have no support for her booba, but when she's breathing, her booba are not moving. Like, I specifically just sat here and stared at my chest when I was breathing, and my entire chest was moving. But her doesn't. There's like an area above her booba that is going up and down, and I'm like, what is happening in that body? This is not natural. Boobs against gravity in biology. Yeah, I feel attacked, so attacked by that booba. They are so weird. They bother me. Like, the other characters' booba didn't bother me as much because I kinda assumed nobody wears bra. But that lady's booba are not only defying gravity, they're defying biology. They're defying the fact that she is supposed to have lungs and, you know, rib cage. And when she's breathing, her entire booba should go up and down. But no, her booba look as if they were stuck in place. And there was something moving above them, as if she was breathing through I don't know what. It looks like someone attached the booba and fixed them in place. So they are now defying the rules of the body's breathing nature.
Wind guide me.
So annoying, I swear to God. But not to Christian God. I'm swearing to... I don't know. Yarilo, Perun, whatever, Morena. Save me. I am not believer. But save me from this. Yay! Ooh, going up. Yay! No lungs, no ribcage, only like, she is breathing, but that breathing looks so unnatural. Because when you breathe, your lungs are expanding. And when they're expanding, your booba naturally go up. Because your body expands a bit. And then when you breathe out, they go back down. And her booba doesn't work that way. Gondola!
This gondola only has 2 seats.
Maybe she's the undead. Well, would explain a lot.
Oh dear, I completely forgot about this.
How about I go with Cartetia first? How about I go with Cantarella first? How about I go with Abby first? Can we make room for one more?
It seems I get to enjoy a free ride after you've scouted the paths ahead.
I can't watch your booba, they're annoying. The only physics that work on her booba is the physics of her body. Like, because they give this weird animation of bigu, 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 side, side, up, down to the body so they wouldn't feel dead. Like, they're kinda shaky so they would feel like they're alive. But this is the only physics that work here on those booba because they're not breathing. Those booba are not breathing. Those booba are just jiggly, 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 jiggly like balloons. Undead booba. I swear there was one cutscene where Cantarella just went into the scene and I could swear that I saw with the side of my eye her booba squish like a balloon that you really, you know, squeeze up and down. I can swear I saw it. No, they don't look like their body parts. They look like they were attached for purposes other than living. Where is a pin when I need one? I bet if I just stung them, they would go boom. Yay! Some male animator was not thinking about animation while animating them. I have no faith in animators of gacha games.
You look distracted. Still thinking about what Cantarella said about fearing answers?
My powers are very weak, and many tacit discords roam the sonorosphere. Thus, I've been limited in the areas I can explore. All I can do is sit here, lost in thought, trying to figure out who I am.
Are you afraid of knowing the answer?
I am afraid, but not of the answer. I fear never finding one at all. We'll be arriving at the first water rise soon. A few details, if you don't mind.
Feeling nervous?
Of course. The last time I tried to pass it like this...
What is happening here? She's so cute. That blush is weird though.
Where were my manners? I can assure you that won't happen again.
Oh no, you can
That won't happen again.
you know.
As for the rest of the way, I see it clearly now.
Wait, what? What was that? I was distracted by the gaze, and there was something weird happening on the screen. Also, she can fall on me as much as she wants. I am not complaining. I am welcoming even. Yay, yeah, this was very gay. Though the game kinda implies that Kartatia is not of the age she should be. Should I assume that she's a teenager now?
Vines, over there. And that statue.
I can feel strong remnant energy coming from it.
The Order's remnant spark must be inside the statue. Legends speak of how the first Primus used it to purify the first Dark Tide. I see now. The lingering remnants of the Dark Tide must be trapping the spark. To release it, we'll need to clear away the remaining remnants binding it. Once we have the remnant spark, we can use it to burn through the vines.
Yay! Let's do that.
If the Threnodian created the Dark Tide, maybe Abby can absorb it.
Abby is still unwell. Perhaps we shouldn't burden it further. More Dark Tide remnants. Good thing there isn't much. Leave it to me.
We didn't even do the first one.
Don't worry. This much I can still handle.
Vines born from remnants of the Dark Tide entangle the hovering statues. Use Kartatia's ability to purify the statues. Purify nearby statues to clear the corruption on connected statues. The vines block Falm's path forward. Locate and use remnant sparks to clear the way. Cool. Yay! They fall into water.
The vines are remnants of the dark tide. Foe won't be able to cross through them. Let's disembark here and find a way to clear the path.
Another one. Okay, I guess I understand how it works.
This calibrator seems to be operational. One moment. That should do it. Why don't you give it a try?
Cartetia infuses the gravity calibrator with special energy. Use the gravity calibrator to change the gravity direction, enabling access to unreachable areas. Click the direction indicator along the wheel to change the gravity. The yellow indicator shows the direction guided by Cartetia. The gravity calibrator will emit different colored lights based on the direction of gravity. It will glow blue when aligned with normal gravity, yellow when gravity is inverted, green gravity is oriented sideways. Okay.
It's turning. Rotate the gravity calibrator to change the direction of the gravity's pull. If we use this, we should be able to reach areas we previously couldn't.
Leave it to me. Oh, hopefully this helps. Break. No hesitation. I sense your weakness. Hopefully this helps.
Hurry! We need to purify the other statues before the Dark Tide's corruption returns.
So there is a timing on doing that.
Sounds like Therm's getting impatient. Let's head back.
Did we not finish?
Wind guide me.
Parkour. Or gondolas.
Did you feel any discomfort while we were clearing out the remnants?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I felt fine. I suppose this alone is not enough to determine whose resonator I am.
You've helped a lot. Don't worry about that for now. Another water rise is coming up. You planning?
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Remnants of the past. By the way, you said the inverted gravity is to stop the dark tide from descending into the city, but all we've seen so far are just its remnants.
That's because this very waterway we're sailing on used to be the dark tide itself. In these waters, gravity isn't the only thing that's inverted. Its very essence is too. Obstacles ahead. Let's get off here. There it is, up there. But judging by the distance, we'd be hard-pressed to make it back in time.
Can you use your ability from somewhere in between to clear them all at once?
I might not have that range. But there may be Tacitite devices nearby that can help amplify my forte. Let's see if we can find one.
Cool.
That's it. A Tacitite device.
Leave it to me. Sounds, come forth. Ha! Hopefully this helps. Ha! 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 Strike from the shadows.
This should do the trick.
Disperse. Hopefully this helps. Moment of resonance. No hesitation. I sense your weakness. Hopefully this helps.
It fell down like a chess piece. Oh no, they defeated me, yeah, but.
You okay?
Just catching my breath. You go get the remnant spark. Up ahead is the Tower of Salvation. And that's where the first pedestal is located.
Tower of Salvation?
Yes, a name taken from the Order's Codex.
Cherish every gain.
I'd rather know I'm a villain than remain a wanderer, lost in a world without understanding. To live with no memory of the past. Would it be so different from choosing to enter Dawn? I must find the answer. Only then will I know how to face the memories I still carry. As for you, if I really am...
I can take care of myself. If it comes to that, I'll still remember the girl who cared enough to worry about me. Wind guide me.
I should go back for Cantarella. Will you wait here for us?
Of course.
I hope you won't mind the extra trip, phone.
That was a long journey. Doesn't take long for Kartatia to return and the three of you regroup. Oh no, Booba, come back.
I saw signs of battle along the way. Is anyone injured?
Good as new, just some flesh wounds. My life is flashing before my eyes.
You're not hiding anything from me? Oh,
No, not at all.
Your smile is rather concerning.
Oh, I insist. Here, take this.
Advanced nutrient block. She gave me something to heal myself. Oh, you shouldn't have. Wow. Are those stairs? The healing of boobas. She is actually master of poison, so don't be so, you know, optimistic about this. Entering the door of Unity transports you to a new area and changes the direction of gravity. Where the heck I am? Lol, did you see that? The achievement? That there was a slur censored. They need to see a doctor or exorcist. Probably an exorcist.
There's no knowing what will happen once Turvin is placed on the pedestal. It's best we prepare ourselves.
The sword! Yay! Huh. We destroyed one ugly flower.
No longer shall you bear these thorns as a reminder. Forged from primordial seas, this crown shall grant a new identity. Fleur-de-Lis, child of divinity, the Immaculate One, will you uphold the sacred teachings of the Order of the Deep?
I will.
Salvation, unity, ascension. Of these three doctrines, which do you choose?
I choose salvation. I wish to be the Master's blade, striking evil, upholding virtue, and offering salvation to those in peril.
In the name of divinity, I bestow upon you this crown. May the blood of justice never run dry. Through this sacred rite, you become the bridge between the heavens and the living. From this day forward, you shall be the Master's sole receiver and herald. Rise, blessed maiden Fleur-de-Lis. None but the Master shall ever have the right to command you to bend the knee.
What happened to the crown though? She still has torn crown. So I guess it was before. La la la. Did I unlock a new power?
I told ya to stop sticking random stuff in here.
That sounds weird out of context.
Do you have any idea how messed up and humongous that frequency was? It's gonna give me indigestion.
What frequency, Avi?
I should ask you that. What did you do just now, huh? I was dozing when bam! Out of nowhere, a giant blue ball landed on top of me. It almost squished me.
I'm guessing putting Turvin on the pedestal has something to do with it.
Oh, hey! It smells just as unnatural as that big gigantor back in Jinjo.
Wait, what? Dway?
The Sentinel of Jinjo. If what our little echo friend says is true, then the frequency that entered your tacit mark could be Imperator's powers.
Yay!
Huh? But the Sentinel isn't even here.
The power to split and manipulate space.
It is reminiscent of the moment of Turvin's creation. Only this time the place of confinement has become your tacit mark.
Why did it do that?
I believe it was meant for the true maiden. Under the right circumstances, the one to wield this sword and enter the Sonorosphere would be the Sentinel's resonator, the Blessed Maiden. The Sentinel entrusted their power to the Resonator so that she could lend assistance when the corruption of the Threnodian altered them. Quite logical, isn't it?
You don't seem too thrilled about it.
If Imperator set this in motion, then their original plan has already failed. Cardathia, that means your guidance holds the key now.
But
I believe in you.
I believe that you are cute-shaped, therefore you can be evil.
Is there anything else you remember?
I just remembered the day I was crowned by the Order. And the moment the dark tide descended upon us.
You saw the coronation too.
Huh?
Describe what you saw to Cardathia.
But I didn't see the dark tide.
That is all I can remember.
Is that what you saw?
You witnessed it as well, Cantarella.
No. I only saw fragmented, blurry images. They seemed to belong to other places within the sonorosphere. I believe this is where we should rest. We'll wait until sunrise.
I can still go on. We can take this time to think about the clues.
I'm gonna hit the sack as well. Boy, it's so cramped in here.
Did Abby just say it's cramped inside me? That's so weird. I'm sorry I'm not bigger. Should I eat more? Talk to Cardathia, optional. Talk to Cantarella, optional. Rest up for tomorrow. Progress the quest.
Now what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
About the Physalia family.
Is it true that the Physalia family was one of the factions that started the conflict in that stained glass?
The leader of one such faction, to be exact. That was a long time ago. After their defeat, the Union was disbanded under immense pressure, and the Physalius gradually withdrew from the public eye.
Is this why you had no choice but to publicly change your beliefs?
No. The reasons for the Physalia family relinquishing their pride and enduring disgrace are far more intricate than that.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Long ago, Turvin was actually given to the Physalia family by the first Primus, Napoli II. When the conflict had settled, he arranged a private meeting with the head of the family to reveal the truths behind the pilgrimage. He told the Physalias that when he traveled through the first dark tide and reached its end, there was no sanctuary, only a battlefield filled with darkness and suffering. The heavenly voices he heard were not revelations from the divinity, but the seductive whispers of the Threnodian, casting a lure for puppets to bite. As I told you before, Leviathan is a Threnodian who uses beliefs to spread a spiritual plague. You see, it requires a puppet to carry its voice. The Sentinel realized the Threnodian's plots, and thus the first Dark Tide was launched as a hasty reaping of Raguna and the Sentinel. To save Raguna from the grim fate brought by the Dark Tide, the Sentinel split a portion of their power and entrusted it to Napoli II, This power allowed him to imbue the echoes with the strength to repel the tacit discords and purify the dark tide.
And this power was released through the lantern depicted in the stained glass?
Yes. The other part was kept inside Turvin. It was in that very moment, when the Sentinel's power had been weakened, that the Threnodian corrupted and merged with their body, transforming the Sentinel into the form you see today.
If what you're saying is true, the first Primus should have been on Imperator's side. Did the spiritual plague you mentioned affect him?
Although the Primus's body remained whole, his soul was torn apart, caught in the ceaseless struggle between the Threnodian and the Sentinel. Within the body they now shared. The Sentinel's power failed to shield the Primus from the Threnodian's influence. As the two divinities vied for dominance, he succumbed to many misdeeds against his own people. In the end, during that private meeting, he confessed the truth to the head of the Thessalians and begged for release.
So that's why he passed so abruptly.
The Thessalia family was powerless against the Order at that time. Our only recourse was to submit to their cause and keep the secret locked away in our hearts, waiting for the right moment to act. Now what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
About Cartetia.
You were pretty harsh on Cartethia.
Before I learned of those record secrets, I had only seen her from afar, heard tales of her accomplishments. While I would be willing to believe she stands with humanity, the more I allow myself to cling to such thoughts, the more I must strip them away and think rationally. It's only then I can be certain these thoughts are my own, and not the whispers I hear in the dark. Now what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
About the divine trials.
A trivial experiment. A test designed to find those with the strongest wills and force them into resonating with Turvin. Yet after trying for so long, all we got was the answer, "The maiden is dead."
I don't think she wants to continue this conversation. Better to stop pressing.
Now what could you possibly want with me at a time like this?
Cartetia and I will take point again tomorrow.
Well, I don't intend to wait around either.
Are you going to search those areas we passed before alone?
The more clues, the better, don't you think? Oh, and take this. Afraid I've slipped something extra in? Or perhaps you're contemplating dinner with me.
I'm just curious why the matriarch of the Thessalia family packs her own food.
Food is always an easy target for those who find me less than pleasing.
She gave me food! Yeah, that was kinda gay. You could add the point.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can remember.
About the dark tide. Why did the music change?
It is paradise.
I take it you don't mean that in a good way?
It is a place where sickness, hunger, sorrow, despair, and dullness of heart cease to exist. There, deacons sing eternal hymns. From a literal standpoint, this line describes the dark tide perfectly. In the beginning, the dark tide would claim only the areas it touched, assimilating all life as its vanguard to clear the way for its spread. The dead, they would grow mouths and sing hymns, day and night. They didn't need eyes or ears, for their purpose was to spread blindness and madness.
Ooh.
Even those who did not believe were drawn irresistibly to the Leviathan's creed, and for those already deceived, it was all but inevitable. When a soul is corrupted to its core, it will sing hymns without end on its sleepless journey to merge with the dark tide. And when every faithful soul has returned to paradise, the land consumed by the dark tide will begin its pilgrimage, drawn by darkened skies, spreading its gospel to wherever it lands next. The final act of the dark tide is the journeying paradise.
Is this the future you saw after coming into contact with the dark tide?
Yes. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can remember.
About the Avinarium.
That was its name before it became a sonorosphere. This seminary, built on an island, was not just a place of learning, but also a sanctuary for raising dragon echoes.
Wait, what?
What did they teach?
The Order's scriptures, geography, history, and combat skills.
Shouldn't a seminary focus more on cultural arts?
This was a seminary reserved only for resonators, so naturally, their talents were put to more practical use. Besides, the doctrine of salvation emphasized the importance of combat.
I mean, technically yes, cool that all resonators knew how to fight, but I feel like this is a lost opportunity to not seek other usages for their powers, just like the bard lady we met before. She's using her powers to revive memories, kind of.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can remember.
About the other swords.
The Sword of Discord, Hogness, and the Sword of Virtue, Haltier. I can't remember anything else about Hogness. But as for Haltier, it was my former blade. How did it end up being one of the swords that can break the seal?
Perhaps we'll know once we find it.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask? I'll share with you all that I can remember.
You don't need to stand so far away, you know.
It's safer this way. You should get some rest. We'll be counting on you again tomorrow.
Okay, I guess here will be the moment when I finish for today. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you enjoyed the mysterious nature of gravity-defying balloons. If you know what I mean. Okay. They were from the other dimension. Heralds of the no. Probably. They were the dark emissaries of the incoming destruction. It's funny. Alien emissaries, prophets of the land beyond our cognition. They were definitely beyond our cognition. They were beyond anyone's cognition, if I dare say so myself. Okay, here's your right message. Thank you for saying hi today. I hope you had a nice day at least today. I didn't have any chance to ask you because I was trying to understand the story. Bye-yo, yayo, bye-yo, yayo. Bye-bye, bye. I will need to make a highlight from my bemoaning WuWa gravity defiance, WuWa attachment and weird breathing tactics of the animation. It's okay now, almost. Gonna make me some more tea in a minute. Okay, I will ask later. See ya! Just let me rate the person I was supposed to. I nearly forgot about that. Bye bye!